Okay, so good morning, class. Today we're going to discuss stock prices. But before we do that, we're going to discuss how to create projects in R. Our projects are very important because it will be like the repository of your RM markdown files, of your data files, of your output files. Instead of your data or your files just spread across several locations. So how do we uh, how do we create an R project to manage our file? So we create it by when you open your R Studio, you go here to File, and then instead of new file, instead of what we have been doing so far, R script, R markdown, we open our project. Okay, so save ko na muna to. Okay. All right, then let me create a new R directory and then a new project. Okay. You can also create a new Quarto project. This is the newer one, but let's first start with a new project. So if I click this, then it will ask me what is the directory name that I want it to have. So let's see. I want the name to be, I can, let's see, I can directory name maybe introduction to quant mode. Okay, and then here I want to create that under, let me browse. Okay, I can do that in my desktop, and then I'm going to create a folder here, new folder, and I'm going to name it R projects, and then FINLYTS. Okay, you can name it anywhere and any way you want. I'm going to open this. Okay. Right, and then folder will be, wait, introduction to Quantmod. Sorry. Uh, wait, sorry. This is the folder, our projects there. Okay, open. Okay, now take note. It's introduction to Quantmod, the directory name, and it will be under this folder, our projects FINLYTS. Okay, and then create project. All right. Okay, and then what do we have now? What you can see now is introduction to Quantmod R Studio. This is now the name of my R project. Okay, and you can see it here also, introduction to Quantmod. Okay, if you have other projects, if you have created other projects, you can click this, and you can see here the other projects that you have created. So this is another project which I have in another subject, data wrangling. Okay, and then you can see here the project name, introduction to Quantmod under files. Okay, let me pause for a while and allow you to follow along. Okay, if you're done, kindly chat, please. Chat yes if you have created your project. Thank you. Okay, projects are very important. I will not anymore discuss with you the advantages of using a project as compared to just saving your files individually. Now there are many. You can go to our studio itself. There's a portion there that that gives a good write-up about projects. Or Quarto, you can go to Quarto and take a look at the advantage of using Quarto projects. For our purposes, we're going to, every time we do a model, we're going to create a project out of it, out of the from the directory that we created. So there's an advantage because all of the files that you create related to that, whether it's a data file, whether it's an output file, it will be saved there automatically. Okay, so let me just copy. Okay, let me just open this. Wait. From the desktop, let me open the file that I used a while ago here. And let me just copy this. All right. Let me save file, save as, and I'm going to save it under the desktop. Where's the project? Our project FINLYTS, and then introduction to Quantmod1. Right? I'm going to save it there. Save. Okay. Notice now that this file that I opened a while ago is now saved under the project, under this project, introduction to Quantmod1. And let me share this file with you. I'll just share it in the chat box. Okay, I have to close it first. I'll close it first before I can share it. Cannot share a file. Cannot share a file in Zoom if it's open. So our projects FINLYTS. This is the project, and this is the RMD. Okay, kindly check please if you have, and I can open it here. Okay, please save the file in the project that you created. Okay, if you're done, kindly shut, please. Let's create a code chunk in order to install these packages. Now, since I've already installed it, I'll just comment it out. Okay, for you, you can install that packages. And then let's just combine ID quant, and then Quantmod, and then technical trading in R. Okay, so kindly install them, and I'll just comment this out because I already have these packages. And then let's load. Once you have installed it, kindly load it. ID quant, and then library, Quantmod, and then lastly library TTR. Although TTR comes with the Quantmod. And then good practice always to name your code chunk. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to load your packages. Could you kindly share your screen, please? Kim, did you get the file already? Okay. All right. So let's see.
Sir, joke lang. Okay na po pala.
Okay na? Okay, sige.
Okay po, sorry po, sorry po. Okay na po.
Okay lang yun. No problem. So, okay na. Were you able to load the three packages?
Sir, sa tidy quant lang po ako may problem. Pero okay na po. May pinindot lang po akong
Okay. So,
install
na-install mo
po.
na? Okay,
Yes po,
good.
okay na po.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sige, share screen ulit ako ha. All right. So let me open the file again. So notice class that the file is under the projects. No? So lahat ng mga files related to this project will be displayed here. Okay, which makes it really very it facilitates your work on a particular say particular data analysis. Okay, so let me once again library ko si tidyquant, and then library si Quantmod, and then library the technical trading in R. Okay, so I'll load this. If you don't have it, you know what to do. You have to install these packages first. You can install, as I mentioned a while ago, you can install them all together. Install the packages, and then let's combine it. Tidyquant, oops, tidyquant, and then Quantmod. If you're installing several packages, and then your technical trading in R. Okay. So I commented it out because I have already installed this. Now it's always good practice to not just to load a package, so at least know what these packages are. So let's seek the help function. This is a package, so I'm using 2 question marks here. Usually, if it's a package, we use 2 question marks. Tidyquant, let's access this. So what does tidyquant give us? Okay, you can, so there are many functionalities here, tidyquant. Let me go to the package itself and then type tidy. So there you go, tidyquant. It's checked. It means that we have already loaded it, but let me click this. So this is tidy quantitative financial analysis. All right. So we can go to the description file here. Okay, so what is this all about? So this is a tidy quantitative financial analysis. So the author was Matt Dancho, and co-creators were Davis Bond. Okay, so it's bringing business and financial analysis to the tidyverse. Okay, so you have functionalities on business and financial analysis, and we're bringing it to the tidyverse world. Package provides a convenient wrapper to various XTS, Zoo, Quantmod, TTR, and performance analytics package. So it's a wrapper. It combines this these packages. Okay, that's why, for example, when I load tidyquant, let me run this together. Okay, you will see that there were some comments about. Okay, nawala na yung comment, no? Okay, let me just run this street, Control Enter. Okay, na-load na kasi, no? Kanina, nung first time kong linode, there were some comments about enabling the other packages. No? Kaso na-load ko na kasi kanina. Anyway, so it tells us that it's a wrapper for these packages, XTS, Zoo, Quantmod, TTR, and then the main advantage is being able to use quantitative functions with the tidyverse functions, including per, dplyr, tidyr, ggplot2, lubridate, etc. All right, so let's go back here. And you can see here the functionalities. Yan, ito yung mga functions na we can use for tidyquant. Okay, several functions. And if you want to learn more about this, you can just click anywhere here. Okay, let's see. So meron din ditong kunyari yung PMT function in Excel, no? Okay, if I look at this, so Excel financial math functions are designed to easily calculate net present value, future value, and present value. So based to sa Excel functionalities. So for example, ito, you can calculate the net present value, the IRR, the FV, the PV, the annuity, the MT, and the rate. So very similar to the Excel functionalities. And there are examples here. Okay, for example, this one, let's just use one example, Control C. And okay, I'll put it here, Control D. Okay, so here we're creating a cash flow. This is cash flow for year 0, for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. And the rate is 0.05. We can easily compute for the net present value of that. And let's also compute for, let's see here, let's compute for, okay, maybe, okay. Maybe I'll do this. Let's create this object cash flow, alt minus. So this is our cash flow. And then I'm also going to create an object called rate, alt minus. All right, take a look at this. I'm creating these two objects, cash flow and rate. Control Enter. And we will have now here this vector, cash flow and rate. So we can make use of the NPV, the NPV function, NPV. And the syntax is identify the cash flow. So we're going to use this, Control C, Control V, comma. Rate is this one, rate. And then we have here the NPER, the number of periods. Okay, here. NPER is a number of periods. Okay, so since you have already the cash flows here, no need to identify the NPER. So we can just use this. NPER is equal to null, Control C, Control V, and it will give us the net present value of 3144986. Okay, and we can use this Control C. We can get the IRR also of the cash flow, okay, which is 16.56, and we say that this is feasible because the weighted average cost of capital is 5%. The IRR 16.56% is greater than 5%. Okay, so these are just examples of the so many functionalities that we can use. Okay, which really makes this tidy quant a very powerful tool. There are user guides here. Okay, user guides here. Okay. All right, then let's go to the next one, which is Quantmod. Okay, for us, this is like a very important package for us. For our subject, we're going to use a lot of this. So I went to packages and then I type quant, or just type Q. Let me see, QUA here, QUA, this one, Quantmod, Quantitative Financial Modeling Framework. So let's click this, and then this is the description file. Okay, so who created this? Quantmod was created by Jeff Ryan together with Josh Ulrich. So silang dalawa yung ang author, if I'm not mistaken, ang pinaka-author si Ulrich. Creator, author. Role author din to si Jeffrey Ryan, but I'm not sure about the CPH. So many of CPH. Contributor, maybe? No. CTB is contributor. CPH is, I don't know, maybe we can research. Ano ibig sabihin ng CPH? Okay, so what does this do? So the Quantmod package, okay, specify, build, trade, analyze quantitative financial trading strategies. That's quite a lot. Okay, so ito yung ginagamit. This is the package that's used together with other packages when you do quantitative trading strategies. This would have been a good tool to use in your investment analysis. Okay, so maintainer is Joshua Ulrich. All right, the latest version is, ano ba yung latest version ng Quantmod? 0.4.20. Okay. All right, and depends on, dapat yung R natin 3.2, okay lang yun kasi 4.2.2 na yung R natin. XTS package, Zoop, TTR package. Okay. All right. Okay, then I go back and then here are the functionalities. My code demos then. Okay, there. Ang dami class, no? So we're going to use many of this, but definitely not all, but yung most important ones for us as part of financial analytics. All right, so dito, I'm not sure if you discussed in your other subjects. Could you kindly please chat yes or no? Kunyari, did you discuss Bollinger Bands? Class? Nag-Bollinger Bands ba kayo? Class, meron ba? No? Okay, good. Good, kasi we're going to learn these indicators. So mga indicators to eh. Okay, let me go back here. And exponential moving average, weighted moving average. Okay, we're going to learn that and use that as part of our financial analytics. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay, so lots of functionalities. Of course, we won't be able to discuss everything here, but at least what's important is that we have a taste of the capability, of the functionality of Quantmod. Okay, and lastly, we have yung ano, yung punta lang ako dito, ano, yung TTR, technical trading in R. Okay, TTR. All right, so what does a TTR function do? This package contains many of the most popular technical analysis functions, as well as functions to retrieve US stock symbols and data from Yahoo Finance. Okay, so for example, ito yung B bands, no? This is the Bollinger Bands that I mentioned to you a while ago. Okay, may sample ba siya? Okay, tingnan natin itong example na to, no? You can run the example here, or you can copy the code. Sige, copy natin to, no? Let's copy this, Control C, and let's run it in our. Okay. Lakihan natin ng konti yung window para sa plot. So here, there's this data, TTRC. Okay, and then here we're creating this object, Bollinger Bands HLC and high-low close and Bollinger Bands close. Let's just take a look at what this will generate. Okay, so generate ba siya sa plots? Let's see this. Number lang siya, no? Okay. So mga figures lang siya, hindi pala siya yung ano, hindi siya yung plot mismo, no? Okay, anyway, we're going to learn these things. These are indicators used in technical trading. Okay, let's go back to our main section now. Okay, so these are the three packages that we're going to use in the next few sessions: tidyquant, Quantmod, and technical trading in R, TTR. So we have loaded already the packages. Okay, so let me just, maybe I'll just Control X so that it falls in the right place. Okay, so I just reposition the loading the packages. Okay. Now, take note, we are here. We are in this folder in the R project that we created, Introduction to Quantmod. That's the folder here, Introduction to Quantmod. So if we check in which directory we are in, okay, Control Alt I. Okay, how do we know where our file is situated? We can use this function getWD. Okay, so if I question that, getWD returns an absolute file path representing the current working directory of the R process. Okay, so let me get the working directory there and take a look at this. In my case, it's in C. It's in the desktop, and I created a folder R projects FINLYTS, and it's under this one, Introduction to Quantmod. So this is my working directory. Okay, we just checked. We just wanted to know, to see if indeed our working directory is in this R project that we created. Okay, so far clear, class? Kindly chat, please, if so far our discussion is okay. Okay, thank you. All right, good. I have some notes here, class. Let's just briefly read through this. Okay, very important to us is the price of the security. And of course, you know that a security can be a stock or a bond or an option. Okay, it's important for us to know or understand the price of a security. Okay, there's actually a distinction between the price of a security and the value of the of a security. For example, a stock. The price of the stock is the amount we are willing to pay for it, if we want to buy it, or the amount we're willing to sell it, or the amount we're willing to, the money that we're willing to get if we're going to sell it. So that's the price of the security. On the other hand, the value of the security refers to its intrinsic value. Okay, how much is the stock actually worth? Okay, the price is driven by market forces, while the value can be obtained using several types of analysis: fundamental analysis, valuation analysis. Okay, and then when there's a mismatch between the value of a security and its market price, okay, then investors would normally make some decisions. For example, based on an analysis of a particular stock, they found that the value of that stock is 100 pesos. However, in the stock market now, it's selling at 85. So which means the stock is what? Value is 100, market price is 85, which means that the stock is what? Cost? Undervalued, overvalued? What is it? Based on valuation principles, the analyst was able to compute the price at the value of the asset at 100%, but currently it's being sold in the market for 85. So what will be the recommendation of analysts? They would recommend a buy, right? Buy the stock because the stock is undervalued. Diba? Kasi 100 yung fundamental, yung intrinsic value niya, pero sa market selling at 85. Okay, so I hope you see the distinction between the price, okay, and the distinction and the value. The price of a security is at the core of investment analysis. Okay, we can make use of the price of a security as a benchmark when making investment decisions. Okay, fundamental analysis, okay, tell us that when the price is lower than the intrinsic value, okay, what will be the decision? Bilhin. Bilhin. Alternatively, when the price is misaligned, okay, ibig sabihin, it's higher than the value, assessed value, intrinsic value, then it's either hold on to that stock or sell the stock. Okay, so we're going to make use of, by the way, I shared with you this link. Could you kindly just take a look at this for a minute and see where this leads us? So it leads us to CRAN, and then sa CRAN class, meron tayong yan, meron tayong documentation itong Quantmod. Okay. Dali, asa na yung where is the, okay. Asa na ano nito? Yung size niya. Ito ba? Hindi ko makita. Nabago na yung interface ng ano ngayon eh. PDF, Acrobat. Ito pala, nasa lower right pala. Okay, so it will be good for you, class, to keep a copy of this and take a look at the functionalities. So may mga examples naman siya. Okay, for example, ito, directional movement index. But some of this we're not going to use, but it would be good. Ito, diba? Ito yung add BB bands, yung Bollinger bands. Add Bollinger bands to the chart, and we're going to take a look at this as an example. Okay, so this is a pretty good documentation of this package. Right? May andyan yung syntax, and then there are examples that you can copy and then i-run sa R. Okay, so I provided it for you. All right. So the first thing that we'd like to do is we'd like to download Apple stock prices. Okay. Before you could download it from either Google or Yahoo Finance. Nowadays, you cannot download it from Google, so you can only download it from Yahoo Finance. Okay. So Control Alt I. The simplest code that we can do in order to download this is to make use of the get symbols function. So let's first take a look at the get symbols function here. Let's just ask R's help on this. All right. So get symbols. So this is used to load and manage data from multiple sources. Okay, this one, get symbols. And there's current source methods are Yahoo, Google hindi na eh. You cannot anymore get data from Google. MySQL, yung Federal Reserve sa St. Louis, Wanda, okay, and some sources that are available. So ito yung arguments niya, okay? Details, so you can read through the details, and then may example dito, mga examples. So for our purposes, let's just use this in order to get you have to know the ticker symbol. So let's first start with Apple, AAPL. Okay, so just a very basic code, get symbols, Apple. So this will already allow us to download Apple stock prices, and this will be coming from Yahoo Finance. Sige, run natin to. Okay, what happened? It will print out here. Yan. What happened, class? Nung nag-get symbols tayo, ba, Apple, nag-print siya dito, Apple. And then lumabas dito sa data, here. Lumabas dito, di ba? Kanina wala ito eh, right? Let me repeat, remove ko, RM. Let's remove Apple just to make sure. Okay, here I'm removing Apple, RM Apple, control, Apple is here, right? Control Enter. So wala ng Apple, no? Okay, just to show you. So this one, with just a simple code, get symbols lang, Apple. And again, it will now generate this object called Apple. It's now here. It's now here. And then it's an XTS object. All right. It's an XTS object. XTS means extensible time series. Okay, extensible time series. Let's see how this object looks like. Let's click this. And that's equivalent to view. Okay, let me pause for a while and request you to please chat if you were able to download the Apple stock prices. Okay, thank you. All right. So let's take a look at that object, the Apple object. So we have here opening, high, low, close, volume adjusted. So we have here 6 columns. Okay. If we take a look at the names in AAPL. Okay. So it gives us the column names, diba? Names AAPL, it's Apple open, Apple.high, Apple.close, low, close, volume, and adjusted, adjusted price. Okay. All right. What do you notice about something different about this? Because if we look at the class of AAPL, what's the class of AAPL? It's an extensible time series or a zoo object or extensible time series. What do you notice about an extensible time series, an XTS object? Is there anything that's quite different with this one compared to the other data sets that we have looked at? Any observation, class? Anyone? Okay, pay particular attention to the leftmost column. What do you notice about the leftmost column? Do you notice, class? Anyone noticed? Kindly chat or unmute yourself. Matthew, would you share your answer to everyone? There are gaps between the dates. Matthew, could you unmute yourself? What do you mean by gaps between the dates?
Sir, some dates are missing. Like for instance, there's January 19, 2007, but January 20 and 21 are not there. It skips immediately to January 22.
Okay, why do you think is that so?
Perhaps there wasn't trading
Okay, yeah.
on 20 and 21.
Yeah, thank you. That's correct because those are Saturday, Sundays. So this will only reflect trading days, which is in the US, it's Monday to Friday. Okay, so thank you, Matthew pointed that out. There are gaps. Aside from that, okay, what do you notice? What do you notice? The leftmost column is what? Is what? Okay, so let's yeah, okay. Thank you, Margot. They're in dates. Remember, class? Okay, let's ano bang data natin yung say yung cars, no? Data cars, let's see. And then let's view this. View cars. Right, take a look at this. The column to the left, these are the names of the rows, and it's an index, no? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are numbers, integers. Okay, pero si Apple, ang index niya are dates. So this makes XTS objects very special. Kasi yung dates, it's not a column. It's part of the index. It's part of it's part of how the data is named. The data is named via dates, right? And the date is not an additional column here. It's not a variable. So that makes XTS or extensible time series objects quite unique as compared to other two data frames. Okay, cars is a data frame. We could, of course, have used a date column for this. Okay, you can include a date as a column, and that can still be a data frame. However, you notice that for an XTS object, the dates are the index. Okay, and just to answer what actually we were supposed to answer that later, no? So good observation, Matthew, and thank you so much, Margot, for pointing that out. Okay, I'll go back to Matthew's observation a while ago about the dates. There are some skips on the date? And we answered that they are Saturdays and Sundays, but we'll prove that in a while. All right, so this is just the basic way to write your code to download a stock prices. So very convenient. Okay, and if we let's say let's down Control Alt I. Let's now get symbols. If we want several stocks, we can just Control C, Control V. So let's add Amazon. Let's add Google to our objects. Then you have IBM, Tesla, Netflix. Okay, get symbols. And then, okay, what's wrong with this? 1, 2, 1. Yeah. Am I missing something here? Bakit siya nagaan? Amazon. Tama naman, Google. May red ako dito, bakit kaya? Siguro sa space sa C. Okay? Meron pa rin. Coach sa Netflix. Ay, oo, sorry. Thank you, Marco. Kaya pala, sabi ko may error eh. Kasi pag nagpula yan, ibig sabihin may error sa code. Thank you, Marco. Thank you for noticing that. All right, so you can use get symbols, no? And then you can identify not only one stock, but several stocks. So let's run this. So let's wait for R to access the data from Yahoo Finance. Take some time to load. Amazon, Google, IBM, Tesla, Netflix. So these are tech stocks. Except for Tesla Automotive. Has it loaded your machine class? Kindly chat please if it is loaded in your computers para mabagal yung internet. Yes na sa inyo, ang bagal sa akin. Okay, thank you. So, okay. Nagka-problema yun sa pag-load ko. Load ko ulit. Okay, I hope it doesn't take long now. All right, good. Now, okay. Now you now see here, we now have this XCS objects, diba? Andiyan na si Google, andiyan na si IBM, si Netflix, si Tesla, si Amazon. So we have downloaded the objects already. If I, for example, if I view Amazon, and siya, no? Okay. Now let's now observe. Let's examine the stocks. What are the, let's say, the characteristics? Number one, XTS object siya, di ba? You can write here. It's an XTS object. Lagay lang natin dito yung mga observations natin. XTS object siya. No? The extensible time series index. Yan dito, no? Index are are the dates. No? Okay, what else? What else do you observe? Notice that it starts with January 3, 2007 and ends up to the current, yung kahapon, no? Yung trading day kahapon. So updated to. No? So we can state here that started at 2007 January 03 and ended up to the latest okay, latest trading day, right? So it will be good class on Friday. We'll once again do this and we will see where it will start. So for this year, when you use the get symbols, it will always start with 2007. Because if you count the whole of 2007, 8, 9, 10, okay, and then one up to 2014, 15, so it's around 14 years. 14 years yung data na linaload sa atin. Okay, but we can, of course, adjust the date. Okay, if you want, for example, for it to start on January 1, 2020 at 20,000, you can do that. Okay, then here, okay, so let's also get symbols. So I will leave this, guys, kasi medyo we're running out of time. No? Get symbols. Kindly please check what these codes are. Control C, what these sticker symbols are. Si GSPC, by the way, okay, may mali dyan, ha? So you try to load this. Kahit ito muna, class. Just to check. Get symbols. GSPC is your standard and poor's. So will this run? Would you kindly check, please? Okay, did GSPC run, class? Which is standard and poor's. Yeah. Thank you, Margot. It did not. Bakit? Kasi hindi ito yung ticker symbol ng GSPC. So I will leave that to you guys. I will leave that to you to know what's the ticker symbol of GSPC. Hindi na granto, may kulang dito, no? And please try to know what these are exchange traded funds, no? So SPY, for example, is Spider, and it tracks the movement of the Standard and Poor's. Okay, so may ano dito, may konting reference. Of course, you can look for more references. Okay. So by Friday when we meet again, I hope you have already downloaded this para andito na sa sa data natin. All right. Okay, so when we took a look at the get symbols, di ba may mga parameters pa siya ito? Di ba? It's not only get symbols and then just identify the ticker symbol of the stock. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's add the other parameters. So get symbols. Okay, get symbols, and then let's choose Apple. Okay, and then we can identify SRC, capital pa lang, SRC. Okay, lalabas siya, no? Ayan. Ano yan? From get symbols ito, no? Get symbols is equal to, so saan yung source niya? The source is, dati pwedeng Google, ngayon hindi na pwede. So we can identify ano yung source ng data. So the source is from Yahoo, and then we can identify from, kung kailan yung simula. Okay, so we can say 2001, so that's January 1, 2000, year 2000, and then 2, okay, let's say 2022, 12, 31. Okay, so we want only up to December 31, okay, December 31, 2021, 2022. Okay, and then we can identify, pwede rin natin identify yung okay, hindi kompleto dito, may mga dot ano. So you can see this in the documentation itself. Periodicity, okay, this is something that's very important for us. Kasi sa periodicity, pwede nating kunin yung ano, monthly data, weekly data, etc. Okay, and then aside from that, we can do this auto data assign is equal to, okay, true. Okay, we'll discuss what this means, kung ano ibig sabihin ng auto data assign na to. Okay, so let me pause for a while and if you have written the code, huwag niyo muna i-run, sabay-sabay natin i-run. So here we have included some parameters. First, we identified yung ticker symbol ng stock na gusto natin i-download. And then we identified the source, no? From Yahoo. Kasi may ibang data na hindi natin makukuha sa Yahoo. We can get it from, let's say, Fred, yung Federal Reserve dun sa St. Louis sa US. And then we can specify the date from and then to, okay? And then for periodicity, we want the daily, we can use the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly. That's something very powerful about this. And then we'll discuss ano ibig sabihin ng auto data assign is equal to true. All right, so let's run this. Okay, what happened? Okay, we now have this, di ba, na ano na niya, na overwrite na niya yung ano, yung Apple XCS object. Yun na yung start niya, 20,000 na. Year 2000. Okay, so year 2000, 0103 because this is the first weekday. 01, 02 siguro Sunday yun. Our first trading day to. And then we go down, it should reflect only 12 December 30, 2022. It did not include December 31 because there's no trading day on that day. Okay, so we were able to generate the output that we want based on by describing some parameters. Yung source niya kung saan, from, to, okay. Itong auto dot assign is equal to true. What does that mean? Okay, ano ibig sabihin ng auto dot assign? What if gawin nga natin false to, ano mangyayari? False. Sige nga, plus, let's see, auto dot assign is equal to false. Let's see what happens. So ano nangyari sa inyo, class? Nag-print siya dito, no? Diba? So what was the difference ng auto dot assign is equal to true at auto dot assign is equal to false? Let's change this, no? Gawin na lang natin ano, 2022. Gawin natin 1 year lang. Let's see. 2022, 0101 hanggang, o kahit 1 month na lang, no? 2022. Let's do 1 month. Let's see what happens. Ang gusto natin malaman kung ano tong auto dot assign is equal to false. Let me delete this. Run. Okay, ano nangyari? Nag-print siya ng ng 1 month na data, di ba? Right, class? It printed a 1 month data. Pero, what do you notice? Is this the Apple data kanina? Kindly chat, please. Is this one the same as this one, yung Apple natin dito? May panibagong Apple data ba na linagay? Class? Okay, thank you, Margo. No, di ba wala, class? Di ba? No. Anong ginawa niya ng auto.assign is equal to false? Okay, print lang niya dito. But it did not create that object. No? So yung auto.assign, if we want, for example, to create an object, let's call it AAPL. Okay, small letter natin to distinguish. AAPL0. Okay, I'm creating this object AAPL0. Get symbols and then auto.assign is equal to false. Okay, we use auto.assign is equal to false if we want to be the one to name the object ourselves. Okay, kasi kanina auto.assign is equal to true, di ba? Hindi natin binigyan ng name, automatically si R ang nagbigay ng pangalan na AAPL. For this one, I'm going to create this object AAPL0. Okay, that's what I'm going to name the object, 2020-2001, etc. That's why I'm creating here auto.assign is equal to false. I don't want R to be the one to assign the name to this object. Tayo yung naglagay ng pangalan. Okay? Because when we did this, tapos hindi natin nilagyan ng pangalan, hindi siya nag-create ng object, di ba? Right? Print lang niya to. Pero there's no existing object here. So let's run this. Okay, what happened? You now have this object, di ba? AAPL0. So nag-run siya kasi nag-auto.assign is equal to false tayo, which means that we would like to be the one to create that object. Okay? Any questions so far, class? Okay, so if you want to be the one to create it, okay? Anong gagawin natin? Pwede natin ilagay auto.assign is equal to false. Kasi ang ano ba default niya? What was the default, class? When we did this, automatically, di ba, create niya yung mga objects na to? So which means the default is auto.assign is equal to true. No? Yun ang default. Pag hindi natin ilalagay na auto.assign, ito true na yun. No? So dito, I made it false para i-create na itong object na. Okay, so first 10, okay? First 10 and last 10, well, we know this, di ba, yung head ng AAPL, and then identify 10. So these are the first 10 observations. And then last 10, you get the tail. AAPL, and then 10. Last 10 naman yung tail. Right? We already discussed that before. And then, let's see. What data class is Apple? We have answered this. Anong class ba niya? Class AAPL. We know that this is an extensible time series. Or pwede ba yung type of? Tinan natin. Type of AAPL. So it's double, no? Okay. Double. Kasi numeric yung mga values na yan, di ba? Yung mga prices na yan, numeric. Okay. Pero yung class niya, XTS. And we can, okay? Wag na yung mode, no? All right. Here, we would like to subset the first 5 and the last row. So paano natin gagawin yun? First 5 and the last row with all the columns. So this is non-contiguous kasi yung first 5 at saka yung last row ni Apple kasi. Okay, any suggestion, class? How do we get this? Okay, let's just see. No? First, let's create an object. First 5. Last row. Okay. I'm creating this object and I'm using Apple. Actually, sa dplyr, madali ito. No? Pero dito na muna. No? So, di ba ito yung subset natin, yung bracket na to. So, we're going to include the first 5. So, the first 5 is 1 to 5. Diba? Diba? So, what I'm writing here is the row. And what I'm writing here will be the column. So, i-concatenate natin sa first row at saka pang ilan yung class? Pang ilan yung last row? You take a look at this. Row 5787, di ba? So you can put here 5787. Di ba? So yung first 5 at saka yung row 5787, kinumbine natin siya. Okay, and then don't put anything in the column. Kasi gusto natin lahat, no? Lahat ng columns. Or if you want, lang, yung columns, kunyari 1, 2, 3 lang, di ganyan, 1, 2, 3 lang yun. First 3 columns lang. So if we run this, all right, take a look at this. Ayan, no? Diba? So 2001, ito yung last 2002. First 5 and last row. Okay, you can see the progression dati nung 2000 January 3, 93 centavos lang per share. No? Tapos ngayong fast forward 22 years later, 128. Okay, so that's 128 times 128 yung increase ng price. Okay. Or, of course, this is not a good way to do it. Dapat yan, ganito. Yan, mas maganda yan, no? 1. Okay, this is better. Kasi technical siya, no? N row. The number of rows ni Apple, which is 5787. Okay, this will also generate the same answer. Ay, time na pala. Okay, so, all right. One last class. Ito na lang, Sorry for the extension. Ito. What if we want to generate the weekly prices? Okay, let's call this Apple Weekly. Apple Weekly. Okay, ibalik natin to sa 2000. Okay, and then we have here January 1 hanggang December 31, 2022. And then we just replace this. No? Weekly, there. Okay? Weekly prices na to. Imagine doing this in Excel. Mali yung spelling ko, weekly. Imagine doing this in Excel. Grabe sa Excel yan. Plus, it will take you days to do that, to filter. Click natin to. And then let's see, andito na si Apple Weekly. Okay, notice, hindi na siya yung 5,000 kanina, no? 1,200 entries lang. And notice yung dates niya, 1, 8, 15, diba? Every week na lang yan, no? Weekly na lang siya. All right? So, let me stop recording here.